What's up, everybody? Matt Gajeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. And today I'm here to talk about some college basketball props via No House Advantage. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. We'll be talking about today's Thursday games ahead of the Sweet 16. But before we do, let's talk about No House Advantage. They have a first match deposit bonus up to $100 when you click the link in the video description below. And they have a bunch of different ways you can play these player props. They have the normal versus the house function, which is just you making a lineup. You could do anywhere from 2 to 5. And if you do pick 4 or 5 legs to this lineup, these are the most competitive rates in the industry. They're paying out 11x, 21x. That's more than places like Prize Picks and other places you can make lineups with player props. But they also have tournament-style contests. These are called pick'em contests, you versus other people with massive prizes, as much as $25,000 up top. And a lot of times they're not filling, which gives you a better chance to win those prizes. Click the link in the video description below, get that $100 first match deposit bonus, and start playing at No House Advantage. All right, we're going to take a look at the Sweet 16 player props for Thursday. And got a couple in this second game. We actually don't have any in the first. But Arkansas takes on UConn. There's a couple unders in points I think are worth mentioning. Sorry, excuse me, still battling this cold. Nick Smith under 13.5 points. So Arkansas is a 4-point underdog here to UConn in a game with a 140 total. Not quite as high as I thought it would be here. But the main thing with this Arkansas team is injury. You've got Anthony Black and Nick Smith walking wounded on the floor in their last game. Nick Smith has only been able to play 16 and 28 minutes, and that's with Anthony Black being injured too. So this team has basically been relying on Ricky Council and Devo Davis for their guards and some Jordan Walsh in the most recent games. And Nick Smith has seen his shot rate plummet. Prior to the NCAA tournament, it was up around 30%, and now it's down to 19.5, which is still pretty good for Nick Smith. But you have Ricky Council at 19%. Anthony Black, as injured as he is still at 15. Devo Davis is at 21. There's a lot of other guys taking shots, and the minutes are still a concern with Nick Smith. So I think his unders are live here. He projects for around 12 points, still in the upper 20s in minutes. And if he plays like 16 again here, the under is a solid play. Next one, we'll talk about Tristan Newton for UConn. This is a player who had been getting around 30 minutes per game for this team, but he's just not a shooter whatsoever. On the year, he has a 12% shot rate. He's mainly an assist guy. The assist rate's still high for him, and he still plays a decent amount of minutes. But now that we have, like Jordan Hawkins not battling fouls, you have Andre Jackson playing 30-plus minutes when he doesn't battle fouls. You have a healthy bench with like Calcaterra, Aline, Diarra. A lot of guys that actually are going to play minutes on the bench for this team. 11.5 points is just too rich. He projects around 9 for us. And again, remember, this guy has a 12% shot rate on the year. He's clearly behind Sanogo. He's behind Hawkins. And then he's right on par with essentially almost everyone else that plays in this team. Caravan, Andre Jackson, Klingon has a 7.5% shot rate. Calcaterra's at 7.5%. Even, like Aline's at 8%. Basically, behind Sanogo and Hawkins, it's spread. Any one guy could pop up for a double-digit game, but on a median standpoint, just doesn't make a lot of sense here with Tristan Newton. Going to our next game, Florida Atlantic taking on Tennessee. We're going to hit an over here with Elijah Martin, 4.5 rebounds. This projects over for 2 reasons. First off, FAU has consolidated their rotation a little bit now that the games are competitive for them, and really everything's on the line. So Elijah Martin has played 32 and 34 minutes in back-to-back games, even at 28 minutes in the game prior. His rebound rate has soared to 17% after it's hovering around 12% on the year, mainly having to do with the increased minutes here. And this FAU team's actually not at a major disadvantage rebounding. A lot of Tennessee opponents will be at a disadvantage because Tennessee is 9th in the country in rebounding, but FAU is actually 22nd. They have the bodies to compete with Tennessee on the interior, and they've been aggressive rebounding. It is a step up in competition for them, but I think twofold, just Elijah Martin playing more minutes. They're going to have to get rebounds regardless, and then the fact that FAU is a pretty good rebounding team should lend itself to an over here. He's just under projected. We have him around 5.5. Last game, we go to Gonzaga versus UCLA, and we'll hit an over on Adam Bona, 6.5 points. This one's really interesting here. Bona returned from injury in the round of 32, played just 21 minutes. He now has another 5 days to get healthy, and he's going to be needed against Gonzaga, who's a team that has a little bit of size, especially with Timmy inside. If we could get him around 25, 26 minutes, God forbid 30, this is a guy that's going to soar over 6.5 points. He projects for around 8 for us right away. And again, his size is going to be needed on the floor. Not to mention, Gonzaga's awful on defense. They're 175th overall. And a lot of that comes from Drew Timmy's defense or lack thereof on the floor. Timmy, awesome on offense, horrific on the interior. This basically comes down to minutes for us. If you can get Adam Bona in the 25-minute range, he soars over 6.5 points. So we will lock this in towards the over. Right now, we've got 4 props that pays out 11x. If you can find a 5th one, it'll pay 21x. And again, these are the best rates in the industry, better than Prize Picks. So take advantage of No House Advantage. Let me know what you think of these plays in the comment section. You can also reach out on Twitter. I'm available at Matt_Gajeski. We'll be back again tomorrow breaking down the second leg of the Sweet 16. So until then, good luck, and we'll see you then.